With fall in full swing, students are starting to feel the pressure of classwork, projects, and exams. Coming up, MCTV's Lexi Hopkins has a look at a recent event that offered students some stress relief with the help of some four-legged friends.
Registration for the spring and summer are just around the corner, but some students may still be trying to figure out the best degree plan for their future careers. We'll show you how one campus department held a special event to make that choice a little easier next.
And Texas Tech School of Art is constantly showcasing the work of artists here on campus and beyond. We'll have the details on the current exhibits at the art building and how you can check them out in person.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Krizia Williams.
And I'm Malone Graham. With the end of October only a week away, students are officially past the halfway point of the semester, and there are only 5 weeks left before finals begin.
That's right, Malone. And even though we may be on the downhill side of the semester, this is also one of the most stressful times of year. But as MCTV's Lexi Hopkins shows us, one department has come up with an option for students to escape schoolwork while cuddling with some fuzzy friends.
On Tuesday, the Department of English hosted Pups and Pastries for students. Christiana Christofides says the event was started for students to come and enjoy some time out of their busy school schedules.
Today we have our Pups and Pastries, which is an event that we do 3 times a semester, or about 6 times the academic year. The purpose of Pups and Pastries is the department chair, Dr. Brian Still, wanted to provide an event where students could come and have a stress relief, relax, enjoy some treats.
During Tuesday's event, students were brought to the English Building atrium where snacks were provided and service dogs were roaming. Visitors were able to chat with the owners and learn more about the pups around.
Students were able to take time out of their busy midterm schedules to enjoy some treats as well as play with some dogs.
Attendees were accompanied by certified therapy dogs to accommodate the needs of stress relief due to the school semester. These dogs have to be trained and certified in order to participate to make sure they are meeting the needs requested of them.
We have certified therapy dogs here for 2 hours to provide a stress relief for students. All of our dogs are affiliated with South Plains Obedience Training Club, which is a local club here in town. Also, Rocking Paw Kennels, where the dogs have had their training and their certifications. This is why we don't allow other dogs at the event, because all of our dogs have gone through the training and certification process to be able to be here today.
Samuel Hall was informed of the event taking place in the English Building by his friends who were already in attendance. He says that this event was a great way to hang out during midterm week.
We've got some service dogs around, and some students are hanging around, chilling and having a good time, trying to take off some of the pressure of studying for midterms.
Karis Cooks was one of the first participants at this event. She said she wanted to take a break from studying and enjoy the stress-free environment.
Dogs are always a happy remedy for people who are stressed out, and it's just a calming, because anytime someone sees a dog, they're going to be like, oh, dog, I want to pet it. So yes, I definitely think it helps.
You can find more events like Pups and Pastries at events.ttu.edu. For MCTV, I'm Lexi Hopkins.
Next month, students across campus will begin registering for classes for spring and summer 2020. But before setting their schedules in stone, one campus group gave students a chance to evaluate their course of study during an annual event. The fall edition of the Majors and Minors Fair kicked off this morning at 10 a.m. in the Sub Ballroom. Representatives from colleges and departments across campus set up tables with informational handouts and swag to encourage students to consider declaring a major or minor. Attendees could also learn about the career opportunities available to them after earning their degree. And seniors had the chance to learn about their next steps towards graduation. The annual Majors and Minors Fair is one of 2 events hosted each year by the Office of Transition and Engagement.
So we do the Texas Texpo, which is more of the campus resources, so more of like the rec center, parking, all of those campus resources, and then we do the Majors and Minors Fair, which is more the academic side. We host both of those twice a year, and so we will do a Texpo in the fall and the spring, and then a Majors and Minors Fair during the fall and the spring as well.
The fall editions of the Texas Texpo and Major and Minors Fair are already finished for this year, but you can also stop by both events next spring. For more information and a schedule for all events hosted by the Office of Transition and Engagement, visit studentengagement.ttu.edu.
Activism has been an important part of popular music for decades, but few genres have used their influence more than hip-hop. And last night, that topic was the focus of a special roundtable discussion here on campus. The Department of English, in conjunction with the TTU Humanities Center and Crossroads Music Archives, hosted Hip Hop as Protest last night in the Southwest Collection Special Collections Library. Hip Hop as Protest was a special roundtable discussion featuring 4 panelists who discussed the relationship between hip hop and activism over the last few decades. The panel included Marco Cervantes, a professor from UT San Antonio, Sarai Brinker, a professor of musicology here at Tech, author Mako Fanal, and Courtney Moore, a doctoral student in the TTU Communication and Rhetoric program. Each panelist gave their take on the intersection of hip-hop culture and protest and the influence music has had on our society. Last night, events concluded with a book signing by Fanal and a question and answer session with the panelists.
National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week is currently underway here on campus. Since Monday, several campus groups have held events to help students think about their choices when consuming alcohol. Yesterday, the Student Activities Board, along with the Office of Risk Intervention and Safety Education, held the Mental Health and a Meal event in the Sub-Matador room. Starting at 11 a.m., students could stop by and enjoy a free lunch while learning more about how to manage their stress. The event featured a presentation by Rise on how stress and alcohol can affect a student's mental health and their ability to handle the daily pressures of college life. Mental Health and a Meal wrapped up yesterday afternoon at 1 p.m., but there's still one more event left to conclude this week's activities. SAB and TTU Rec Sports are inviting all students out to the Rec Center tomorrow to enjoy a free yoga session. Yoga is good for stress relief and it's a healthy alternative to alcohol. Tomorrow's event is scheduled to start at 5:30 p.m. and it's free and open to all students.
If you've been walking between classes today, you may have thought it was colder when you left class than when you got there. Well, you're right.
It's been a topsy-turvy day of weather conditions with our current high temperature hitting 57 degrees at 1 a.m. this morning, and temperatures have dropped into the 30s since then. But is it going to get any colder? MCTV's Madison Hartin joined us in studio to look at what's ahead in the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, you are correct. It has been a little topsy-turvy in terms of weather here over the past few hours. Usually our high temperature for the day falls in about the mid-afternoon with our coldest temperatures happening right before the sun comes up in the morning. Well, that's not the case today with this cold front that's coming in. Also with the cold front coming in has been this cloud cover above us. We can see over Urbanowski Park right now that it is gray and dreary outside, and it's been sunny the past couple days, and it's going to be sunny again tomorrow. So this really is an odd little blip in our sunny schedule of fall that we've had over the past couple days. Right now, the temperature outside has climbed up to 44 degrees, so it's very, very, very cold out there today. PM and a couple of chances of snow showers coming into this mid-afternoon for the South Plains. 50% chance of it, but don't get your hopes up. It's nothing compared to the snow we experienced last December around finals week. Do you remember that? No, this is just a couple little flurries around on the ground. The wind is going to be bringing the temperature down a little bit too, with the wind coming from the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For tonight, the temperature is going to drop all the way down to 29 degrees. And again, that 50% chance of that snow showers and also the wind, that biting wind coming in. It is chilly outside. And it's chilly all over the South Plains right now. We can see that cold front coming in right now from like the northeast area. And for Lubbock metropolitan area, that means a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain for us. But where it's really going to be getting colder is warm of us up by Dimmitt and Silverton. That is where we're going to be having our cold weather advisory. And when we're having those advisories, I highly recommend keeping inside where it is warm and not being on the roads if you see any precipitation outside, because that precipitation, even if it is just rain outside, it can turn to ice as soon as it hits the road. So roads can become slick. Just be warned. Run your pipes. do whatever you need to do whenever it gets cold outside, because the cold can really affect us as we go into this winter. Right now, looking at the South Plains, we can see going into right now, we can see that the cold weather advisory is up here, but it's still going to get really cold. This doesn't quite make it over to Lubbock where we see snowfalls coming in, but we still might get a couple of those little flurries that I mentioned there. So again, looks like it's going to be getting up to 2 to 3 inches around Dibond and about 0 to about an inch around this blue area, but Lubbock is just south of that right now, so we're really not going to be seeing any of that except for those little flurries. Going into tomorrow, we can see that it is going to be a little bit warmer, but still awfully cold. Our lows for tomorrow in Lubbock are going to be around 28 with similar conditions, low 30s, upper 20s for the entire South Plains, but it is going to warm up because we will be having the sun out tomorrow, unlike today. Our warm temperatures for then are going to be around 53 and similar again to the South Plains. Some places might even see up to 60. So again, today's been a little bit of a blip on our usual fall weather schedule. Going into tomorrow, we can see that we have a high of 55 degrees, low of 34, and a northerly wind coming at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And again, the sun is going to be out, and the sun is going to continue into Saturday and Sunday. High of 74 for Sunday, low 40, and a west by southwesterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Sunday, we can see a little bit cooler than the last couple of days, but nothing compared to what it was today. High of 68, low of 34, and the wind coming from the north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And we will be seeing similar conditions as we move into next week, to the next work week. So it is going to be a little bit crazy here for today, but hopefully that should smooth out and we should be back to our regular, nice, pretty temperate, beautiful fall weather that I know everyone loves so much. I'm Madison Hartin for MCTV. Back to y'all in the studio.
Thanks, Madison. Aspiring filmmakers will soon have a chance to show off their skills and win prizes when a traveling film festival makes a stop here on campus. MCTV's UVA Bacomo was joined by a special guest here in the studio with all the details.
Hi, I'm here with Luna Ramirez with Campus Movie Fest, and she's here to tell us about an amazing opportunity for students who are looking to get into the filmmaking business. Hi, Luna. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for asking.
So can you tell me a little bit about Campus Movie Fest?
Yeah, so we're the largest student film festival. What we do is we go around to different universities across the nation and we give students free film equipment. So we give them laptops with editing software, cameras, audio, everything that they basically might need to make their own 5-minute or less film in a week. It's a great opportunity to either make something traditional like a comedy or a documentary, or to venture into a different route. We've gotten things that you would see basically on YouTube, so makeup tutorials, travel vlogs. It's a great way for students to get creative and to try something different.
And this program or this competition, is it just for a particular part of filmmaking, or can students experience different parts of filmmaking?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So you don't have to have any specific skill set, or you don't even have to be a part of a particular major to participate. We offer 24-hour tech support, so any student can essentially participate and make a film of their own. We also encourage students to team up with each other and sharing all the different roles that they might want. So we've had students that are actors, actresses, we've had writers, directors, so you can really choose how you want this experience to kind of go about for you. So that's why we say it's so exciting that it is open to all majors, because if you have a student that's kind of interested in doing it but doesn't have maybe editing experience, they can still participate in the festival.
That's great, and I know y'all have like fantastic prizes for students who participate. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it kind of depends on what the student is going to be doing. So we have some special categories. One of them is our Hope and Social Justice category. So essentially, if a student was to make a film about a social injustice and inspire hope, they could win $10,000 on a national grand level, which is super crazy. Yeah, I know. Our second and third place winners also win cash prizes. So that's one category. The other one is the Women in Film category. So anyone who identifies as female can participate, and if they make a film and they are recognized by the Walt Disney Studio Company, they're the one who's sponsoring it, they'll be flown out to our national conference in Hollywood, California, and they'll get to basically network with Disney executives. So it's such a great opportunity for students to kind of network with people in the industry, and like Disney no less, And then just here on a school collegiate level, the top 16 will be featured at our red carpet premiere in the Red Raider Ballroom. And and the top 4 will move on to our national conference in Hollywood, like I mentioned. Their films will be screened there. They have Q&A, and it's a great workshop for students to go to, whether they make the top 4 or not, because there's going to be so many industry professionals there. They get to meet students from across the nation and kind of connect with them. Other things that they'll win is an opportunity to apply to the Cannes Film Festival program. So, I mean, they get to potentially go to France and have their film screened in the short film corner. Like, they get to walk the red carpet where, like, Leonardo DiCaprio is also walking. It's very cool. So they do get the opportunity to apply to that. And they'll also get other goodies like winners t-shirts, a trophy clapboard, a signed poster from the university, really cool stuff. So we're really excited. And we also have like fun little contests as well.
All of that sounds fantastic. There's a lot of opportunities available for students by just participating. And this isn't your first time on the Tech campus.
This is actually our second year coming to Texas Tech. We think that it's only going to get bigger on this campus. We're really excited. We're coming with, I think it's TCMA. So yeah, they brought us, Fame is bringing us. So we're really excited to be back because the students really enjoyed it the first year around. And now we have so many departments that are also equally excited to have us back because they saw what an impact it brought to students last year.
That's wonderful. So for students who want to participate, how do they get around about doing that?
Yeah, so there are a couple different ways. If they see us on campus while we're tabling, definitely come and chat with us. I love talking to students, and they can get connected on our website. So campusmoviefest.com/TTU. It's going to connect them to the website. They'll create a portal. It's not committing them to make the film. It'll just give them all the information that they'll need about dates, times, and locations for our events. And then through that, they'll come to our info social, learn a little bit more. It's going to be next week on Tuesday in room 154 here in MCOM. And we're going to have free pizza. We're going to be talking about all the awesome things that we give out. And on Wednesday of next week in the lobby of MCOM, we'll be giving out all of the equipment. So I always tell students, there's so many different ways that you can kind of get involved. As long as you show up, you'll get some equipment and you'll be able to participate.
Aside from the info session, are there any other deadlines that students should be aware about?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, we give out the equipment on Wednesday, and they'll have it throughout that week. Over the weekend, it'll be due the following Tuesday. So that's when they'll come into our tech support. It's from 2 to 5, and that's where they'll turn in the equipment, the films, and then we'll eventually, we have our premiere later on in that week on Friday.
Well, thank you so much. It's been so nice. Do you have anything else you want to add or anything students should know?
Just definitely, if it's something that you're thinking of doing, you saw it last year and you just weren't sure, come out, try it out. It's so much fun. And if anything, come out to our premiere on the 8th. It'll be so much fun. We give out so many awesome prizes and support your peers.
Thank you so much. Well, you heard that. Feel free to participate in the event. It has amazing opportunities. Go to the info session on Tuesday. Back to you.
The Texas Tech football team is currently in recovery mode after dropping its first home game of the season to Iowa State last Saturday. The Red Raiders are gearing up for another conference showdown as they hit the road and head north. Texas Tech will take on the Kansas Jayhawks in a rare night game in Lawrence. Tech is sitting at 1-3 in conference and 3-4 on the year, and they hope to end their current losing streak against Kansas. But the Jayhawks may prove to be a tough opponent, especially after their last-minute loss this past weekend to Texas in Austin. Saturday's game is scheduled to start at 6 p.m., and you can watch it on Fox Sports 1.
Speaking of football, Texas Tech Athletics released the 2020 schedule for the Red Raiders earlier this week. Next year's schedule features a rematch against Arizona and home dates with Big 12 powerhouses Texas and Oklahoma. The 2020 schedule includes a total of 7 home games, which is the most held in Jones Stadium since the 2009 season. The Red Raiders will also host 3 consecutive Big 12 home games against West Virginia, Baylor, and Texas in the first 3 weeks of October. Season tickets for the 2020 football schedule will go on sale early next year.
The women's soccer team faced a tough loss last week against TCU, falling to the Horned Frogs 2-1. But the team hopes to get back to its winning ways as they hit the road to take on 2 more Big 12 opponents. The Red Raiders' first stop is Waco as they take on the Baylor Bears tonight at 7 p.m. Baylor is currently sitting in 7th place in conference, but a win against the Bears could have a big effect on Tech's chances of winning the regular season conference championship. You can catch tonight's game online on ESPN+. Then on Sunday, the team will gear up for one of their toughest tests of the season as they take on Texas in Austin at 1 p.m. The Longhorns are currently in 3rd place in conference, with Tech sitting in 4th. If the Red Raiders can beat both Baylor and Texas, they have a shot to climb to 1st place as they finish out the regular season next week at home against Kansas State. If you can't make it out to Austin this week, you can catch all the action on Longhorn Network. Finding an escape from stress of the fall semester may seem difficult, especially with a busy schedule.
That's true, Krizia, but there's always one location on campus that you can stop by every day of the week to find some peace and quiet and enjoy some unique creations. The School of Art's landmark galleries feature a constantly rotating set of exhibitions that are open to the public. Right now, there are 2 displays of photography that are encouraging visitors to think more about the world around them. Shooting Blanks at the NRA is currently on exhibit in the Arts Building SRO Gallery. The display features photos taken by Deborah Hunter, a professor emerita of the Meadows School of Art at SMU in Dallas. Shooting Blanks at the NRA combines photos taken of attendees of the 2018 National Convention in Dallas with facts about mass shootings that have happened across the United States. Hunter uses the attendees as metaphorical stand-ins for the victims of several high-profile shootings over the last decade.
And upstairs, in the first floor landmark gallery, you can view another photo exhibit making a stop here on campus. Seeking Tongue's post-colonial photos is a display of dozens of photos created by women of color who use photography to explore their cultural identities. This display includes works by 6 different artists, all curated by artist and activist Delilah Montoya. If you're interested in seeing either of the current photography exhibits, you can stop by the Art Building Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 4 p.m. During the fall, the Landmark Arts Galleries are also featured special exhibit hours on Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. For a full schedule of current and future exhibits, visit art.ttu.edu.
So Krizia, do you have any plans heading into the weekend?
My plans are to stay warm. What about you?
I'm going to catch some Texas Tech volleyball this Saturday.
Hey, I like that.
Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.